Tiff turned his hair stood up like Don King just now.
Yeah.
We are live. Don't say anything that you don't
Oh,
want to
we're
know.
live.
We are live. We are
We're
live.
live.
Yes, we are. Hello, everyone. Hello. Kevin, welcome back. We missed you last week.
Yes,
Glad
we
to be
did.
back. Glad to be back.
We know
I
you
got
are.
all the emails from our millions of viewers saying that
Where
you guys held it down so much that I wasn't even welcome back. So I'm just feeling like
Oh,
I was.
stop it. I was
I
about
was.
to say, where your million viewers at? We need them views. Sure.
Uh, so welcome everyone. Tiffany, how are you? How was your week?
I'm good. So far, so good. God is good. Just tired. You know, the weather is like playing games. It's like being bipolar. It's cold, it's hot, it's warm, it's cold, it's rainy. Oh,
it's nasty. It's nasty out.
What up,
yeah.
Donna? Donna's checking in. What's up, Donna?
Hey,
Uh,
Donna.
Donna was also missing in action last week. Donna, when you're not here, I actually miss you.
Oh,
When me and
yes.
Donna both were missing.
Yeah,
What's going on?
what's going on there? Donna, uh, Tiffany, you want to do the honors of explaining to our audience?
This is fair use only, educational purposes only. We do not own the rights to the music or the content. We're just voicing our personal opinions. Everything is alleged. Please like and subscribe and leave us a comment and let us know what you think.
All right. Thank you very much, Tiffany. So today's show is going to be, I wouldn't say a little different, but we do shows all about, black culture and helping black people. And some people interpret our show as a hate whitey show, as we've been told. But that's a small minority of people. They see us. It's like just because you go hard for black people doesn't mean you don't like white people.
Right,
You know,
right.
so, but some people get it twisted, and that's what they come away with from the show.
Hmm.
But today we're going to talk about our white allies, people who have been in black people's corner for decades, and their track record is pretty good as far as being in black people's corner. So there's Jane Elliott, there's Tim Wise, there's a guy out there called Golly Jolly Good Ginger, and I also have videos of just white people in general doing good stuff, helping black people without asking for anything in return. So that's what our show will be about today.
Yes.
Um,
Shout out to my sister. She kept saying, put some white allies up there. It's
yeah,
some white people that we cool with. I'm like, all right, fine.
this actually why we're doing this show today, because Tiffany told me her sister said, we need to do a show about, because we all know white people. I know a lot of white people in my life that I was at the farm that they're, as I call them, cool white peeps, and that's what I call them. They know that. I said you're CWPs, cool white peeps.
Oh.
I think there's a lot more of them, but I think like the mean white peeps scare the hell out of them, so they don't say
So
much.
they don't say nothing. Because I was about to say, how many of y'all cool white peoples showed themselves when the election came or when the insurrection happened? I mean, did y'all see them change their color?
Yeah, because I had a friend of mine. She took a trip to Florida, and she said her family in Florida, her in-laws are very very racist.
Mm.
And when I was in Florida, they were saying a lot of horrible stuff about black people, and she said she just left the room. I just walked out of the room. But I didn't say anything. But like, why did you not stay there and speak up and say something? I mean, instead of just leaving the room. So, but
They probably would have tried to
that,
unalive her ass.
yeah, you're probably right. It probably would not have gone well. So she probably did the best thing. Um,
Yeah. Because people change, they change their whole personality when it gets to race. And a lot of people don't want to deal with that. And it's our world. Our world is built on racism. The DNA of America is racism. And it's sad. And we wish that it wasn't like that. We do. We wish that it's not like that, but that's how society is.
yeah. So we're gonna start the show up today with a couple of videos. Even Betty White. Did you guys know Betty White stood strong for black people?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did know that. Yeah.
I think she stood up for one of her
Yeah,
stars, or somebody that she was working with, a black guy,
yeah, yeah,
and they wound up canceling her afterwards because of that. That's probably why she lived to 99.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna show a couple of videos, and I also have some videos to show, during the show. But we're gonna start it off with, you know what? Let's do our song first. Should we do the song first, and then?
Yes, you do the opening. Ow.
All right, so here we go, folks.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow, the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show.
Betty White has been a legend in entertainment for 80 years, and here's how she stood up for black entertainers. And how it happened was in 1954 when Betty White had a talk show called The Betty White Show, which was a pretty amazing achievement in itself because she was one of the first women ever to host her own talk show. And running the show, she invited tap dancer Arthur Duncan to come on and perform on her show. But this was a decade before the Civil Rights Act. People were very bigoted and they said they'd boycott the show if he was invited. And the network asked Betty White to uninvite Arthur Duncan. And she responded to them by doing the exact opposite and giving Duncan more screen time on the show. And she made him a regular on her show, and he became the first black person to ever be a regular on a variety show. But this was the 1950s, and the network responded by canceling Betty White's show. She never let that experience get her down, where she kept doing TV appearances and eventually got another show. And she's today seen as one of the most iconic TV actresses of all time with 3 Emmys. And Arthur Duncan's career kept on going as well, where today he's seen as one of the most iconic dancers of the 20th century. And he's still alive today, where he thanked Betty White for his career. And they're still friends today, being reunited in 2017 by Steve Harvey.
When we look around and we see today in our politics a rich white man telling working class white people that their problem is brown people, we need to understand the historical pedigree of that. That is symbolic of the entire history of race and class politics in America. The history of rich white people telling working class and poor white people that their problem are black and brown people. Beginning in the 1600s, that is what happens. Prior to about 1670 or so, there was no such thing as the white race, at least not recognized as such, called as such. That is not what people of European descent were when they were in Europe. They were English, they were Irish, they were Scottish, they were whatever they were. They were not white. Only in the colonies do we become white, and for a very specific reason, because in those early years of the colonial period, where you had white indentured servants, one level above enslaved themselves, and you had African-descended folks, some of them enslaved for life, others indentured servants also in the earliest years of the colonies, those people would often see their interests as being common. They all realized that they were being screwed over by the same landowners, the same elite. They fomented various rebellions, like Bacon's Rebellion in Virginia, others as well. And as a result, the elite in the colonies realized that they had to figure out a way to get the other folks from Europe on their teams. They created this mentality that said, you're now a member of the white race. You're on our team. You're wearing our uniform. Now, you're at the end of the bench. You may not get in the game, but you're on our team, you see. So then they start putting white folks, now called, on the slave patrols, right? Didn't really give them any land or any real power except the power to control people of color, which is why folks of color say, and they are right, that modern policing traces to the system of slave patrols and slavery. And we have to be clear on that because that's the history. Right? Whiteness was created to divide and conquer, to create the notion that even though you might not have much, at least you're not black, at least you're not indigenous, at least you're not Mexican, at least you're not Chinese working on the railroads to build the transcontinental economy. You may not have much, but at least you have, as W.E.B. Du Bois said, the psychological wage of whiteness. And it's a trick that was played during the Civil War era on my people in the South, right? Rich folk, landowners in the South telling poor white folks who didn't own anything that they got to go out and fight to preserve the rich man's property in human beings. Fascinating. Why would you do that? Why would I go fight for your property? Well, because you told me that if I don't, these slaves are going to take my job. No, fool, they got your job. That's the point. If you got to charge $1 a day and you can make them work for free because you own them, guess who got the gig, Jack? Not you. When in fact, the system of enslavement was in the long run against the class interest of working class white folks, but they got suckered. Same thing happened in the union movement. You had white labor union folks who didn't want black and brown bodies in their union because it would reduce the professionalism of the craft. No, fool, it'll double the size of your union. And then when you go out on strike, they can't replace your happy ass with the brown folk that you didn't want next to you in the first place. Because when they do replace you with them, then you will blame them, not the elite. See how that works? It's a trick. And it has worked for hundreds of years. It is working on some folk right now, and it is our job to resist that with every fiber of our being.
If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it.
This is America. Don't got you slipping up. Look how I'm living up. Police be tripping up. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap.
I want to show one more.
Reggie, hey, don't resist, Reggie, don't resist. Dude, I'm trying to hunt now. Oh, hey, no, what the fuck? Bro, don't fucking touch him. Bro, don't touch him like that, bro.
I want to show that last one because it just shows how like just regular white people can have such a big influence on police, right? Like those are just regular white people who yelled at that cop to stop, and
Right.
and he stopped. And
So you said if it was a brother,
yeah,
they wouldn't stop.
no,
he would have been shot or tased.
So just the mere fact that you have white skin gives you the privilege. And when I know a lot of white people, when they hear white privilege, they assume that we mean they're doing better in life, they're getting the better. No, you just have as you walk through America's
you have a top advantage.
Yeah, just by being white, because America is a majority white country, and let's be honest, it's ruled is white ruled. So you have a privilege, But as far as like Tim Wise and Jane Elliott and the guy Jolly Good Ginger, I love what they're doing, but I'm kind of conflicted because like why? And I know I have the answer to my own question, but why does it take a white person to say what black people have been saying for decades and years, right? We've been saying the same thing Tim Wise is saying, black people have been saying for decades, but then again, that's the privilege of being white. You get people to listen.
Well, white people invented racism, Carl, right? So they are the only one that can end it. We can't end racism. We can talk about it. We can bitch about it. We can have podcasts about it. We have civil rights leaders or whatever you want. We can't end this cancer. We never will. This cancer can only be ended by the people that invented it.
That started it, right?
Yeah, black people didn't start and invent racism. So the only way for it to end is for white people to say we don't want to be racist no more.
Right.
And we know that's not going to happen. So racism ain't going nowhere. So, but we have white people that would like to live in unity, and that's what this show's all about today, obviously. But is it more people that, is it more people that want to keep that white privilege you talked about, Carl, and don't give that up secretly? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a secret thing. Like people act like they don't know it exists, but they do. There's some people probably ignorant. They don't realize it exists,
I
but
was about to say most of the people
most of them do.
Are very ignorant to it because they don't care. They're not into black culture, so they're not knowing what's going on. Literally, they don't know what's going on. But I like that you have Tim Wise and you have Jane Elliott that has been speakers and advocates for black people for over 20, 30, 40 years, talking about black issues, black struggles. And while I love Jane Elliott, she can come to any cookout I have, okay? I will set her up a nice little white seat for her because she is welcome. Jane Elliott changed her life when Martin Luther King died. She said when Martin Luther King died, it hurt her to her heart because he was a nice man and he was just trying to change the world to do things differently. But what she believed that got him killed is because when he started talking about economics. When you start talking about owning and doing your own thing and stuff like that, that was something that they had to release him. Like they had to do what they had to do that. But it changed her life. And she was a teacher during that time. And she actually did the Blue Eye, Brown Eye project where she separated her children, her classroom children, to see how would they treat each other. And she said it's like she was around little Nazis. She said they were horrible. She could not believe what was going on in these little young people's heads. But this is when she figured out racism is a learned behavior. You just don't wake up and come out with a dag on Ku Klux Klan outfit on. It has to be taught to you. It has to be a learned behavior. So that was her goal in her life, to do this project in different places around the world, in the country. And you can look her up, people. She has did it everywhere, and you have saw the racism in people that is disgusting. It's in our system, it's in our DNA. So white people have to talk more to their people. They have to be the ones to talk to their white brothers and sisters and educate them, because a lot of them don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of white people want racism to end, but I also think a lot of white people don't want to give up the privilege that they have from being white. And so I think they're kind of conflicted. Like they know, and to level the playing field, it's not going to take anything away from them.
I don't think it never will. They always going to have that white privilege because the world is run by white people. They're always going to have privilege. They just have to have some type of knowledge and have some empathy and sympathy for black people and what we have to go through and the struggles we go through today, especially with housing, medical, education. We're still going through these things, and this is 2024.
What's up, AB? We got AB checking in from YouTube. AB says, Black people worldwide need to wake up. Greetings, family. It's been a while. He said, yeah, it's been a while since we've seen you, brother. Yes, Black people worldwide have to. That's the thing. I mean, will we ever, as AB said, wake up and come together as one people? And I mean, we've been saying that for decades. I mean, I'm afraid 100 years going to go by and there'll be another three people sitting doing a show like ours saying, and there'll be another AB commenting, Black people need to wake up. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what will it take. Why are we so afraid? Even the Black people with billions of dollars seem like they're still afraid of something. There's something that still makes them afraid.
It's a mental thing. People are comfortable in their dysfunction.
You know, so
They don't want you to change it. And then if you try to change it, they'll try to hurt you. Like, why are you being mad at Massa? Leave Massa alone. He let us read. He let us write. He let us go to school.
but it still blows my mind though that Black people with millions and some even close to billions still have some fear. They still have this fear about them.
They know who signed their checks.
So, AB, I hear you, brother. I know. We really do need to wake up. I think we are woken up, but we're afraid. We're afraid to lose what we have. If you have 50 billion or you have 50 million or you have $50, you don't want to lose it. So you don't want to piss anybody off. Who was it? I think it was I forgot who. I think it was Ari Spears said when he got into comedy and he had a conversation with Chris Rock, and one of the things Chris Rock told him was, if you want to make any money, don't piss off the white man.
Message. Well, listen, now we already know that the industry is a game. You know that you can't make the masses mad or white daddy mad. Here, shut your whole check down, rip it up right in front of your face.
Yeah. So I hear you, brother. So do you guys think we need an apology? Because I saw a video where there was some white people kneeling before black people and apologizing.
Oh,
I'll show you the video.
We know he's God and he no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy, we're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes, Lord. You brought the thunder and rain today, God. Because Satan takes the hell today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory. Father, we ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
that's right. That's right. You get on your knees and you beg for forgiveness. You say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was powerful. I like that.
Yeah.
That was
I
powerful.
like
It
that.
made me cry. It made me cry because I had a white lady come to me and say to me, Tiffany, I am so sorry for what my people have done to you. It's not me. And I had to hug her. We was friends for for years. I had to call her. But I respect that when a person come to you and be like, I apologize. I'm sorry. They didn't. I know that physically the white people today didn't do it, but we know your ancestors did it. So we'll respect you more. Like you said, that one sorry would change everything. I bet you that those set of people that just went through that apology ritual and, asking for forgiveness, they probably are really cool with each other. You understand? Because they went past it. And I respect that. So, yeah, apologize.
Yeah.
And then sign my check.
Yeah. AB says, yeah, we need them.
No, that was nice. That was nice, Carl.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah. We do need, more like that, because I think the thing that keeps racism going, the denial, deny, like you, especially
Denial.
we need the people at top to say to do what those people just did, like the senators, you know what I mean, the president of the United States,
They're not gonna. Now you asking for
senators, you know what I mean, those the politicians who have, you know what I mean, those are the people we need to hear say stuff like that. But
yeah, but they're not gonna do that.
When you have politicians saying there's no such thing as racism, and racism is not, America's not a racist country, and it was founded on racism.
Yeah. Why
of,
you think they got
but
them?
Carl,
Yeah.
we have black politicians saying that.
Yeah, why you think they're placed
That was
there?
said by Tim Scott.
Yeah. Right. You're right.
Why you think they placed them there? Because they are the top races of the world. That's
But
why they are
we're not
there.
gonna we're not gonna get a worldwide apology, because then the worldwide apology leads to reparations, and
Yes.
so I don't think they want to
Tell
give
it.
up reparations to get. They don't want to give up the moolah, the money, the bag. So apologizing, it's like when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, and you go, remember the commercial, I am alcoholic?
Right.
They say that's how you start your healing, by admitting that you have a problem, right? It's the same thing with racism. America has never admitted that they have a problem. America, you
Yeah.
get on Facebook tonight after this show and argue with 100 white people that racism don't exist, right? So we still, in 2024, are still arguing with people that racism exists. People still say race. After everything we have seen in this country in 150 years, or since television and social media has been around, we still have to argue with somebody that racist. People still tell me racism don't exist. So
Looking
I
at a
mean,
black man too.
so you're not gonna get an apology from the masses. You might get a group of white people like that from some Christian church. Obviously, they're from a Christian church. It looks like, and they were on their knees praying and asking for
Yeah.
forgiveness. From Jesus to the black people. You're gonna get that in groups. And even Jade Elliott, who does great work, but she's just one person. And how many people can she reach? I
She
mean, she
reached a
reached.
lot. She did reach a lot in her. I think she's been doing it for like 50 plus years. She reached a lot.
I get that, but there. I hate to mention his name. We'll try to get to a show about mentioning his name, but in 2016, when Donald Trump became president, they said that since then there's been more white supremacist groups and Nazi groups forming in America. The FBI said that there are more hate groups now on record than they've ever known.
But how about if they was already there?
There's white malicious groups in the, I mean, and here's the thing that's scary is they know this is going on. Like
Right.
they know that there's white militia groups training up in the woods in Georgia and Tennessee, up in the mountains of Tennessee, training with high powered rifles and all sorts of stuff,
Waiting for a race war.
waiting for a race war or planning a race war or preparing for a race war. And we've talked about it on the show before. It's our next door neighbors, it's our grocery store clerk, it's police officers, it's military. We talked about this on the show before. On January 6th, you see the way those people climbed that damn wall? Now I find myself to be in pretty good shape most of my life. I ain't never in my life can climb a damn wall like that.
But when you
They went up
got
that wall like Spider-Man.
they got
That means
determination and hate on them. That's why.
no, they trained, Tiffany. They
Oh
trained.
no, that too.
That's why they were able to go up that wall like that. That's what I'm getting at, sister. They trained. These people are trained and they're training. While we are watching rap beefs, saying it's Drake and Lamar who's winning that rap beef, these fools are in the woods training to take us out. Are we worried about Usher and worried about this and worried about that, worried about Jay-Z and Beyonce? They're working on, taking us out. They're working on a civil war. They're working on taking over. So we're not focused. I hate to sound like I'm not trying to scare nobody, but I know what's going on. That's all. I'm just saying it's a lot going on out here, and we too focus on entertainment.
And that's so deep because you said something about the the thing, because it is a thing going on with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar. But when is it where you have a brother of mixed race? That
Mhm,
is his mother's white. He never was raised around black people. I mean, he never was
mhm.
raised around black history or knowledge of black Americans to be able to come over and disrespect a black man that is very conscious, that knows of our history, has taught many young people through his rhymes and rap about history for a light skinned brother to come over. Like it's just a lot. So I understand
You
about
watch
the
with that light
round
skinned
thing,
brother shit, first of all.
huh?
You watch with that light skinned brother shit.
Well, he all right. He's what you want me to call him? Mix a mulatto? Are you mixed and are you a mulatto? You was raised with a black mother. She taught you.
I'm 100% Negro.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. How do we feel about you have a mixed
Maybe a
group?
little bit of American Indian in the blood somewhere, but for my grandparents. But no,
So,
yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're right, Tip. Though you're right. And I don't know enough about neither one of those artists. I don't follow Kendrick's music. I hear he's
And
good. And
he's very
I don't
conscious.
follow
I like
Drake,
Kendrick.
and I can't follow Drake because I just can't get into that new rap. So
I'm not into Drake. I can't really take anybody. That's my personal opinion because I don't want nobody Dracos or Drakeys or Drizzies coming for me. I'm not into Drake like that. When Pusha T did the his battle against him, he pulled out a blackface picture. And
wow.
I was very disgusted because that lets you know that he was not taught about blackface minstrel shows or anything. And I think that mixed children should know their black history and their black history, and they should choose their black side always, because you always going to be considered a black person.
so when people like Jane Elliott and Tim Wise, when they talk about race, do you think that it changes white people's minds, or do you think it just goes underground?
I don't think it does.
Both.
Look where we are. We have a show that we do every Sunday that's dedicated to basically empowering our people, but also 99% of the show is we're talking about current events of racism. I mean, we can do a whole show. We ain't got to talk about this. We can just talk about all the racist stuff that happened on the news this week. If we want to, we'll be here for another 2 hours.
Right.
I mean, so I mean, racism alive and well. Yeah, Jane Elliott changed some minds. She goes to universities and speak to groups of
Mm-hmm.
teenagers, and they might walk out that room with a different outlet on life. Hopefully,
Right.
they do. The fact that Jane Elliott even had to exist is a problem, right?
Right.
In
And it's not enough
2024,
of her.
in 2024, Jane Elliott is speaking at universities to hundreds of white kids in
Black,
these
whites,
auditoriums.
Asians, all of
Right,
them.
right. And that, like, we had to have this conversation with a 17-year-old college person in college. Didn't you go to high school with black kids? Did you grow up in a neighborhood with black kids? Don't you listen to rap music? Don't you listen to R&B? Most black kids, white kids do. Most white kids listen to R&B and rap music and watch TV shows with black people and watch movies with black people. And we still have to have a Jane Elliott show up at the campus to tell them not to be racist assholes.
But remember, we can't save we by us doing this, right? We cannot save every single one. We can if we just save one. I'm good, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. If we could be able to reach the message of just 2 or 3 people, at least we did that. And that's the same thing that goes along with just life. We cannot save everybody. Not everybody's gonna listen. Not everybody's gonna take it. And like I said, you have a lot of people that's comfortable in their dysfunction. So they're gonna go right past this. You understand? But if we can be able to touch who we can touch and then they share it and then their people share it, so be it. But we need more Jane Elliots and we need more open white people to be able to have this open dialogue to talk about what is going on today. Because if you don't, one of your children is going to marry our black asses. And you're going to have to deal with it.
I think, well, I don't think I know, white America did a very, very good job, not only in America, at convincing even some black people are inferior to every other race.
Yeah, that's that
They did
nasty
a really,
propaganda.
really good job at that, at creating a
Yes.
narrative that we're inferior. Like we're not as smart, we only good for physical stuff or entertaining. But when it comes to using our brain power, we are not, and they
But we proved them wrong with that too.
can't seem to break that. And I came across this video of I'm not sure what show Naomi Campbell, the model Naomi Campbell had, but it just shows how ingrained racism is, and I'm like, will we ever be able to get it out of our minds or out of society? Because this video right here just reinforced that. It seems like racism is here to stay.
The girls who are not black or color or not American definitely will not be able to win this competition.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm sorry.
The girls who are black and who are not from America?
Yes.
Don't have a chance in this competition? I think you should go home right now. Are you absolutely mad? You're telling me that Khadijah doesn't have a chance in this competition?
No.
Then who are you talking about? She's not from America. She's not on Team Naomi, but she is one of the most elegant girls here. And now I almost wish I took her and not you for what you just said.
What I've been talking to Naomi, it was total misunderstanding.
Please get ready.
No,
I don't want
I'm
to deal
sorry.
with it. Get ready. Excuse me. I want to speak to all the girls because something was brought to my attention that very much upsets me. I was told that Khadijah, because she's not American, also because she's black, cannot win this competition, and that any of the black girls in this competition stand no chance because of their hair extensions. That is completely misinformation.
Who said that, Naomi?
Kira, would you like to comment? You don't want to say? Out of any girl in this competition so far, no one shines to me but Khadijah. I don't want her feeling like this. So whatever was said, whoever said it, stopped right now, or you can leave the competition.
My roots are black and I'm proud of my skin, honey.
Carl, I deal with that. You gotta remember, I'm a part of the fashion industry. That was before a show, and we deal with that all the time. We had a designer call one of our designer directors, and she said to her, not knowing she's a black woman on the other line, she said, "I don't like the models. They're black and ugly." And she said to her, she said, "Excuse me." She said, "They're black and ugly. I don't like them. I don't want them." She said, "These are all poor models that just started and we're opening up doors. You can't find any other models for me." And she told her she would have to order and buy, she have to hire and pay somebody. She said, "So what? I just deal with it." She told me that I had to tell my models that this designer don't even want y'all in her clothing. So make sure y'all walk your ass good up them runways so she can be like, "Oh my gosh, they did amazing." Did you know when the lady came in there, she looked ethnic like us?
Mhm.
She had brown up. You look like she tanned her face. Her hair was all wrapped up. All her clothes was all cultural. And I couldn't believe it. Like, you gonna sit here and call us black and ugly, but you are mimicking our culture. You got everything that's black. Your face is brown like us. So yes, it's disgusting. And that girl that probably said something, she's probably a minority too. How dare you say none of the girls is gonna win because they're black? Please, but it goes on and it's horrible.
Yeah, but but that when I watched that, okay, that girl said something, but imagine how many white people in that industry don't say anything. They just suppress the black models, and without.
Yes, they have. They will only put one black girl on the runway and say she's the diverse one. They would not put. Listen, it's out there. It's horrible,
Well,
Carl. It's
Paul, that
horrible.
happens in our industry too, right? I mean, you've been on shows where they're only allowed to have one black comedian. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, I have a friend who's a promoter down in Maryland, and he does male dancing shows. And he told me, I was talking to him on the phone last week. He said that the club where he's having a male dancing show at, they told him the next time you come back and book the male dancing show, you're only allowed to have one black dancer.
Mm. No.
In
Yeah.
2024, in 2020.
2024, they told him, he's a black dude, by the way, and they told him, you have too many black male dancers on the show. Now, it's an all white crowd. The white women were loving the black guys, from what he was saying. But the owner of the venue don't like to see those white girls drooling over black male dancers. So they told the promoter, and his show sold out. They said, "Look, next time you come back to this venue to do your show, you're only allowed to have one black male dancer on the show. Don't bring three, don't bring four." Because there was like 14 dancers, and like I think three of them were black dudes. He told them one black dude, one black male dancer,
You
no
see
more.
how that's the end? I think it's the industry. It's
So
the behind the scenes. That one black person is diversity. Because if it was up to them, they wouldn't have us behind the scene. And that's why I've been with the company I've been with for such a long time. Is because we open up the doors for a lot of black models, black designers, black production. Because it's not allowed. They will block you out because they only want one. And you be lucky if you get that job.
yeah,
So I'm saying, with what we just saw and what we know, I mean, we can try to make life easier for, what I mean, but I really don't see much progress. I mean, it just seems like everything just goes on the ground. Like, I'm sure that if that model that said the black girls don't stand a chance, she might end up in another fashion something, but she's definitely not going to say that again. But if she's in a position to hire more black girls or do something to help black, she's not going to do it. You know what
You know where she messed up at? She said it in front of Naomi Campbell.
I mean, what was she expecting? How was
I
what
don't
kind of
know.
reaction
Maybe she
was she
felt like
expecting?
because Naomi been doing this for a long time, she probably thought Naomi was a part of the white get along gang, and and maybe she can be able to talk about black people in front of her, and thought that she was going to get away with it. But I'm happy that she did say something. Now the thing is, how about if the cameras wasn't on there? Would Naomi say something, or she said something because the cameras was on there? You understand what I'm saying? So it's either way. I'm glad that Naomi put her in her place, and it was a message to all the other models. Don't do that. Everybody has an even playing field. If you got the look, you got the look, and you walk the runway. If you don't, you gotta go. And to be honest, she good because I would have told her she had to leave. Didn't she tell her to leave?
Yeah,
I would have been like, "You go, bye." We don't need your energy over here. You understand? Sometimes you have to remove the cancer because if you don't, it's going to spread.
Yeah. I mean, it's to me, it just goes to we keep trying to be accepted. That's what it seems like. We keep trying to be accepted, and we're just not.
Well, that's why we have to create our own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And be okay with it. Why we, to be honest with you, we shouldn't even be worried about everybody else. Worry about your daggone self. Okay, you should worry about yourself and your family, your intimate family. Because if you worry about other people, you'll be sad and stressed out.
Yeah, but we say that we say we want black unity. We say we should, I mean, what are they like 43 million black people in America? Um, and if we all, decided, to look out for each other, I think we'll do okay. But
we'll do awesome.
But it just doesn't seem to be going in that direction. We just can't seem to get the unity thing down.
Well, not all black folks is kin folks. You know that.
I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway.
No.
Not now. That's why I said we got to deal with our personal families. Deal with our personal families.
80 seconds ago, we were just talking about the rap beef, right? And then who, and see how high profile people are beefing, right? All the high profile comedians are beefing. Monique was just her new comedy special, whatever she just did. She was on.
It was the Cat Williams thing, and
She's on tour with Cat Williams, and she went after
she's on
Oprah
tour
and
with
Tyler
Cat
Perry.
Williams.
We don't let it. You got to let it go eventually. Like you got to reinvent yourself and let it go. Monique,
something must have happened that she felt like she needed because she was doing well. Nobody even heard anything of her talking. She's doing well on the Cat Williams
what could
tour.
be happening? Yeah,
Something happened last night. Yeah, that
she's
she
on.
just
She's
went
on
off.
tour with Cat Williams. She's making big money. She's blessed. She's an entertainer. She's performing in front of sold out crowds. She's being chauffeured to the freaking hotel, to the arena. She's
Are you
living the
hating?
American.
I know you're
Yeah, I
not
am.
light skin hating. I know you're not light skin
I'm,
hating.
I'm hating because it's
I know you're not light
absolutely
skin hating.
unnecessary and ridiculous.
She
If
brought.
I hear Monique bitch one more time about something,
Well,
it'll drive me crazy.
ignore it. I don't pay her
It's,
no. I don't. My thing is, she made her point across. We got to go to the next thing. I know you worried about Trump anyway.
what?
You worried about making sure we got to keep him out of the tag office.
So let me get before we move on. So Monique's on tour with Cat Williams, and she's still talking about Tyler Perry and.
You didn't hear it? Oh, she went off on Oprah. She went off on Oprah so hard the other night. Yeah, it was big news. She just went off on Oprah, and everybody's like shocked because everybody thought this was behind her. Everybody thought that it's time to move on. Like it's been quiet. The whole Oprah thing dominated the news. You're on tour with Cat.
Yeah,
you're trying to move on. Like sometimes you got to move on, right? You just can't keep. Sometimes you just got to move on.
This player hating.
You got to move on.
Listen,
Sometimes
I
you got to move
understand she
on.
got to move on. It was just one. I mean, come on, she's been doing good. We ain't been hearing anything. This one time she said something again. Oh my God, she needs to be quiet. Leave that lady alone. I'm telling you, something must have happened. They must have sent her a note or said something or put fire back up under there for her to say something because they said she went in. I didn't see it, but I don't care anymore. You understand? I really don't.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say this real quickly. Then I'm gonna leave it alone, Tiffany. I don't think Oprah and Tyler Perry are waking up in the morning and losing any sleep over Monique.
Yeah, that's why I said
I think they just laugh when they hear her. They just laugh.
No, I don't think it's a laughter because they
You
dead wrong.
talking about two of the most powerful
What they
people.
did to her.
The most powerful people. They might be wrong. Show business is wrong.
Yeah.
You're talking about two of the most powerful people in the entertainment industry. And Monique is not one of those people. So she is beefing with two of the most powerful people in the entertainment industry. It's a no-win situation for her. Now she got some bank, she's doing okay. She's always gonna do okay. She's always gonna be able to go out and make some money. Cat Williams always gonna be able to go out and make some money,
He just did a stand-up too last
yeah,
night, live
I
on
heard it was
Netflix.
horrible. And it was horrible. From what I hear, I
I
saw
liked it.
I
I
saw
liked
clips
it.
of it. I saw clips of it, and it was absolutely not funny. But what do I know?
You know what? This player hating is deep. No.
What do I know?
Well, listen, he did a live show on Netflix, and that don't be done all the time. So,
That is
so
true.
be
That
it.
is true.
It
That is
was
true.
good. It was a
All right.
packed crowd. You know, I saw it live. I'm gonna watch it again. No, it's not like his, his regular ones. Because you can see that a lot of people calm down. And listen, he started the whole New Year off popping. Come on.
No, I get it. I'm taking that away from Cat Williams. I think he's a very funny dude. I think sometimes you run your course. That's all. I think when you're hot, when you're hot, Tiffany, in this industry, you have nowhere to go but down. And sometimes you get humble. You can go out and do all these sets and kill them, have stand ovations and rock the house every night. You're going to have a bad set eventually. You're going to have a mediocre set eventually. That's just part of the business. It ain't something that you expect either. And it comes at the worst times. Like you just go, man, I've killed my last 30 shows. And your ego is like this. I'm a monster on stage. Then you walk out and your set be like, damn. And you don't, the crowd don't know your set is bad, but you know your set is bad. Carl might understand what I'm saying because he's been on stage as a performer.
You
I'm
drive.
just,
You look at it. You want to just drive off the road. Your set's so bad. You just.
yeah, I mean, you sometimes, and I didn't see the whole show. I can't watch 45 minutes of Cat Williams, but I watched like some clips on TikTok. The 3 or 4 clips that I did sit through, I just didn't think he was popping. I think he wasn't popping. That's all. And I'm a fan. I love Cat. I love.
You're gonna stop talking about Cat Williams, all right? You're
I'm
gonna
just telling
stop.
you,
I told
he's
you
a
don't
funny dude. I'm
listen.
not taking anything from him, but we gotta be honest, right? Look, I'm the biggest Eddie Murphy fan on the planet. Beverly Hills Cop 3 was horrible. 48 Hours 2 was horrible.
I hate that daggone. What's that thing with
But I'm a huge,
Fuchsia?
nobody's a bigger Eddie Murphy fan than me. I know when he doesn't do good work, though, I'll call his ass out. That movie wasn't good. That's not hating. Look, I don't like some of Teddy Pendergrass records, but I like 99% of them.
You
Love
got
TKO
love.
come on my radio, I'm changing the channel. I hate that song for passion. I
Yeah.
can't stand that song. But all other Teddy songs is thumbs up to me. Just that one song I don't like. Oh my
Listen,
God!
I
It's my
get
hit.
it. I get it. I get
You
it.
know what I'm
You like
saying? That Love
some, you
TKO come
don't
on.
like some.
Man, I'll break my wrist turning the radio when that song come on. On my radio. I don't want to hear that song. But Teddy's a man. Teddy does some great music, right? So I'm just saying.
So Kevin, if you walk in the house one night and Patricia's waiting for you and she's got Love TKO playing in the background, you're gonna turn around and leave.
We've been together for we've been long, we've been together for a long time. I got to take what I can
She
get. So
know
no, I
better.
won't leave. I won't leave. I got to take what I can get
If
these
she
days.
playing that, she's playing that to piss him off.
She probably don't know I don't like the
Okay.
song.
She
She's
got
watching the show right now, so she probably know I don't like the song. But
Yeah,
I'll take,
she know
I'll
he.
take
Let
her
me
to
tell you
discuss
something. A
it.
woman knows her man, and if just she know that her man don't
fireplace
like that
coming.
song, she's
I don't
not
like that
playing
song.
that song. But if he pisses
No,
her
no,
off, she's putting that song on.
no. There's some songs I don't like.
Uh,
There's some artists I like. I tell you, I love Denise Williams. I
Yeah.
love, but she
let's
has that one song she has that comes on the radio. I gotta turn it off.
let's hear it for the boy. Let's hear, is that let's
Yeah.
hear
Oh my God, that one. Oh my God.
I get
Oh, that song. Let's hear it for the boy. Can't take it, man. Can't take it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
because they played
her
it
other hit
so
song,
much.
her other hit song, beautiful. That here for the boys though.
yeah.
Woo, I'd rather watch midget wrestling.
I'm actually with you on that. Even the Love TKO, I never
Yeah, exactly. Another love. TKO. Oh, I hate that song for passion. Teddy,
I
what are you
don't like
doing,
that.
man?
I don't like that song. Secret Lovers. Secret Lovers.
Oh, you don't like that song?
That's
You
what we are. I hate that shit up.
that's Atlantic
I hate that
Atlantic
stupid
Star, right?
song.
Atlantic
Yeah.
Star, the most underrated band ever. Come on,
Yo, as
man.
soon as it come off, I'm like, to another song. I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know why I got killed on the radio so much? Probably some songs get killed on the radio a lot, and then you don't like them because the radio destroyed them so much because you heard them every time. You know, it
Or
could be
it
that.
could or it can remind you of a
A Secret
situation.
Lover. Ah, yeah,
A
I never thought
secret
about that.
lover, a situation, a family thing, or it was playing during that year, or it was popping. Any song that it's all different type of reasons why we as people not is
Yeah,
gonna
we
like a
have
song.
songs we've been in a relationship. That's a good point there, Tiff.
Yeah.
Songs that come on the radio, you know who you was with when that song came on, and yeah, I have some songs like that.
A
Yeah.
song, a song that when I hear it, I not that I hate it, but it reminds me of a time in my life that I rather not remember. Is Keith Sweat, Something Just Ain't Right?
Right.
That song
I
is
love that
like
song.
he was looking into my life and wrote that song at the time.
I'm telling you, that's
That
how
song
that's
right
it.
there, at the time that song came out, I was dealing with some some some
You
stuff
was
that was.
going through something.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and that song I can't to this day I can't stand that freaking song. You know.
Yeah.
But
So
so you have
that's
songs.
why I said songs bring
I have
memories.
revenge songs though, like Matt's wife left me, right? So I have a song by Boys and Men called I'm Doing Just Fine." You ever heard that song?
No.
Oh, you gotta listen to that song, Carl. Listen to the lyrics of that song.
Kind of like
If
Return.
you, if, I'm Doing Just Fine by Boys and Men. You ever heard that song, Tiff?
Yeah, I heard it before.
Oh yeah, listen to the lyrics of that song. Every time that song come on, all
It's
thing I can think about is my all thing I can think about is my ex-wife when that song come on. And it just and it's like a revenge song, right?
is
I'm
that
doing
the
just
version?
I'm I'm doing just fine. That's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
It's a slow song by Boys and Men. I'm doing just fine. It was a big hit of theirs too.
Is it a
But
male version of I Will Survive? Is that the male version of I Will Survive?
yes, it is. That's the way to put. That's the way to put it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But if you listen to the lyrics, let's Google and listen to the lyrics, Carl. You're gonna thank me later for it. It's a good song.
Yeah,
Trust me. I'm
so
doing just fine by
different
Boys and
so
Men.
yeah,
Yeah.
different songs that take you back to different memories, different feels. Even when you was a kid, you would remember a song and it'll come on the radio and it would take you back. So it's all about the energy and the feel of music.
That is true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
an old soul, so I grew up listening to. I mean, as a kid, even as a kid, I was listening to old music. My mom played, Al Green and Johnny Taylor and all these people,
Hmm.
and I'm like 12, 13 years old listening to these songs, and I'm like into it. To this day, I still listen to Al Green, and it just brings back childhood memories because I
Right.
remember Al Green albums sitting, or Johnny Taylor albums sitting on next to the little record player that we had. And I remember the covers of those albums, man,
Hmm.
so it brings back a lot of memories. We grew up,
Also,
Al
it
Green was
makes you
always in my house growing up.
Also, it makes you look at how your parents interacted with the music and what
Yeah.
they did with the music. I saw my mother's dancing around listening to music. So, yes, it's memories. It's
Can I tell you
memories.
something? I take my daughter to school. She was in high school, like maybe 10th grade, and she didn't take the bus to school. I had to drive her every morning to school. And it was like a 10-minute drive to her school. And she listened to Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's the way of the world. Every morning, I would put that song in, and that was back when I think it was CDs in the car. I put the CD in. I played that song. She listened to that song every morning going to school. Every morning. That was my song to get me going. The lyrics got me going on that song, and it got her going. We listened
And
to that
she's
song
always going to
every
remember that.
freaking. Well, she came to me and she goes, "Dad, that song about Earth, Wind, and Fire, we played it in the band because she was part of the high school band, marching band, and they played that
Mhm.
Earth, Wind, and Fire song in one of the in the band show." Yeah,
Yeah.
so there you go.
That brought back memories for her. So Scooby D2 says, I guess his song is "I Always Feel Like Somebody's Watching Me."
I always feel like somebody's watching
That's
me.
another song I hate. I would smack.
You don't
I
like
was. Oh my God, I would smack Michael Jackson if he was still around for doing that song. Well, he put lending his voice on that song. God, oh my God, I hated that song. That's the one song that Michael Jackson put his voice on that I cannot listen to, and I can't say that about Michael Jackson because
But
once again,
how about the one he did with Mick Jagger, State of Shock? Did
oh,
you?
I hated that too.
Oh,
I
okay.
hated that too.
I never even heard
I
of it.
almost hated the one he did with Paul McCartney, but that one grew on me. Uh,
Girl is mine.
yeah, the girl
Yeah,
is mine.
Yeah.
That
mine,
that
mine,
grew on me, but
mine.
that song was so corny and so unsoulful for a man that had a lot of
You said
soul.
unsoulful.
Michael Jackson has a lot of soul, but that song had no soul. That song was basically just sung by the Beatles, who had no soul, by the way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, it was, to be bluntly put it was very white.
yeah, they had to
And I
mix it
listen to
in.
white music all the time. I was listening to Bon Jovi on my TV today on YouTube.
They wanted,
So I'm
yeah,
just
they
saying, I listen to white music. I'm just saying that song
was
was
white.
kind of was white, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely an ebony and ivory song.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that song too, Every Ivory. God, yeah, I hate that song.
That
Yeah,
one too.
yeah. That was the music. I guess that was, but you know what? The message in that song is good. I mean, it's black people and white people singing together, and that's Dr. King's dream, right? If he was allowed to see that, he'd be happy, right? But we don't have that now. Do we have that now? Do we have any like super famous white artists singing with super famous black artists right now? Is,
But
is, is Beyonce doing a duet with
She
some
did it
famous
with
white?
Dolly
yeah,
Parton.
he did do it with Willie Nelson, but it wasn't a hit. Like
No, that's because and there was some controversy behind that. That was for the country album, right?
yeah,
Now, see, a few black people were pissed off about that because they were like, Beyonce put all of these country artists like Willie Nelson, these folks on her album, and they were like, for validation, basically,
right.
like to
She,
say,
she,
okay, I got Willie Nelson on here, y'all got to listen. So what this guy was saying was, you Beyonce,
yeah,
you don't need Willie Nelson.
yeah,
You don't need Dolly Parton's validation. You freaking Beyonce.
yeah.
But
That's what
she's
he
an
was saying.
honor. She's an
He made a
honor
good
woman.
point. He made a good point. I understand why she did it.
Yeah,
Because
she
she
does
did it.
honoring.
She did it because she needed to feel like with these white country superstars singing with me, I'm gonna get accepted by the white people that won't accept me. That's why she did it, Tiff.
You think so? I don't think so. I think that she picked and choose strategic. Look, you know what I'm going. She picked and choose the people that she wanted to help to assist in this album. It's not only just white. She picked the top black people that don't even be acknowledged in like that in country
Was Booty and the
music.
Blowfish on there?
You know what?
I
You
I
know what
think
they said? They said she tried to reach a couple of people and they would not reach back out to her to do music with her. They said Jay-Z even tried to
Damn, Tiff.
and
Damn, Tiff. You
I
had a
think
light there.
I think Beyonce was trying to be validated. She wanted since Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson are like the kings and queens of country music, if they gave her their blessing, I mean, that would make it easier for her to be accepted in the country.
I just said that, Carl.
Huh? Yeah,
I
I
just
just
said that. Okay, I got you. Okay,
for Tiffany because Tiffany was saying she doesn't
right,
think.
right. That's what. So we're on the same page, Carl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what it was about. I don't think if that was the case, they'd be on her other records, right? They'd be on her soul records. Like
oh stop.
I'm
She
just
she
saying, I think she was doing that. To, I think she was doing that to get accepted. That's what I think. It's almost
why?
like
She's Beyonce. She don't need to be
Yeah, but see,
accepted.
that's what the brother on Urban View was saying on the radio show I was listening to. That's what he was saying. She's freaking Beyonce. You don't need Willie Nelson on your
She's
freaking
actually
CD.
hooking them up.
No, she got them there so she can get accepted. You understand, Tiff?
It goes back to what I've always said. No matter how big black people get, no matter how much money we have, we always seem to be, you know what I mean, wanted validation by white people. You know?
That's what it was. That was she needed them to feel like she. I'm doing a country album now. If I can get the top country people in the world to sing with me, I'm going to get accepted by people who would never accept me. Now she still got blowback for it, right?
Right.
But so I don't think it helped, right? But the album did well, I guess. I don't
The
know. I don't
album
follow
did
country music.
very well.
Well, good for her. Good for her. Good for her.
It did so well. Them white people is mad as hell. They out there kicking and screaming and spitting
But
snuff
I
out.
think there are more black people, there are more white people loving it than there are hating it.
Of course, yeah, because she has white fans.
Yeah.
Before she got into country music, she has thousands of millions of white fans
She trying
that
to get
come to
that
see her
album of
that
the
come to see her
year.
concert. So she can't do no wrong. She got what they call the beehive. They're gonna follow her no matter what she do. She can
Yeah.
do she can come out and do some freaking any type of music next, and they
Oh,
still
she's
gonna
about to do rock and roll. I'm putting money on it. She's about to do
okay.
rock and roll.
She should.
She's a Virgo. She's very detailed. She's trying to get every detail of music, and I salute her because we had a touch in every music anyway. But she's trying to get that album of the year. If she's in any competition with anybody, y'all, she's in competition with Taylor Swift.
She's the closest thing that we have. I hate to say this. God darn it, it hurts to
Say
say
it.
this. She's
Say
the
it.
close thing. She's the close thing we have to Tina Turner.
Yeah, yeah. But you want to hear something? Tina Turner still felt, and I was very hurt about that. Tina Turner still felt like she wasn't up there. Tina Turner said she wanted to be bigger than Madonna.
I
I
think Tina
heard her
Turner is
say
bigger than
that in the
Madonna. I
interview.
think Tina Turner was bigger than Madonna.
I think so too, but she felt
I don't
like
think.
that's why
I don't think Madonna's on Madonna's. I mean, her accolades are amazing. I'm not going to sit here and diminish Madonna. Madonna in the '80s was one of the biggest stars in the world. There in the '80s. This is what you had. You had Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, and George Michael.
yeah,
Nobody was bigger than those artists. And Tina Turner.
But
That was it. Those are the biggest artists of the '80s. Tina Turner, Madonna, and Michael Jackson, Prince, and George Michael. Nobody was killing like they were killing as
I mean,
far as record sales and
Turner,
concerts.
Turner was more talented than
Hell
Madonna
yeah,
eh,
of course.
by a long shot. But I get what Tina Turner is saying, that Madonna got more respect than her. You know,
yeah.
Madonna was,
She said that. She
yeah,
had, yeah. She said she had to go to Europe to be able to get the
right.
respect and the money and what she deserved, and that's why she went to Europe. And I couldn't believe it because I thought she was the best to us,
Well,
but
it's the same.
she felt like she wasn't.
It's the same. Remember, Red Fox, same thing. He was the biggest star on, was it NBC, Sanford and Son? He was the biggest star on NBC, but he wasn't making the kind of money. You know what I mean? He wasn't treated like their biggest star. You know,
Because
You
here's
talking
the
about the
deal.
son,
Here's the
right?
deal. Because
You talking about
after
the son of Fred or Red Fox?
no
Red
Red Fox,
Red Fox.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Tina Turner was talking about her. Tina Turner had the same thing before the movie came out. What Love Got to Do with it. Tina Turner was in the same boat that Lenny Kravitz is in. You know, Lenny Kravitz and Lenny Kravitz and Tina Turner are rock stars, and black people are more into R&B than they are into rock. Now, the only person that was able to get over that hump with black people was Prince. That's because Prince started out as an R&B artist and then became a rocker.
Mm.
Prince's first albums were R&B, and then as he gradually went on, he became more of a rock star. I mean, his
Right.
music, his guitar, and all that stuff.
yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, Purple Rain. That's rock music. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Prince became a rocker, but he started out performing in front of all black people at R&B shows.
Mm-hmm.
You catch Prince in his first album, there was nobody in the audience but black people. By the time Prince was at the end of his life, he had a mixed crowd, but it was mostly black people watching Prince at that point. You
Right.
know, because he was conscious. That's why he's wearing afro and all that stuff. He's not wearing the slick hair and all that in the process here. He's
Yeah,
wearing
he
afro.
actually was. I think he was like he was going through something, especially during like the last years of his life. I mean, of his career. I think he had put on his face. He had his face with the barber put slave in that shit.
Yeah,
He didn't feel like he was being respected, loved, but he probably learned a lot, especially with the music industry. You know, the music industry will rob your ass blind, take your whole name, everything.
yeah, you're right. That's why he did that, because they're terrible. They're
Yeah,
terrible.
it was a lot.
So yeah. So I think Tina Turner's whole thing was she wanted to get accepted by black people. And Lenny Kravitz came out a few months ago, or 5 or 6 months ago, and said he's not accepted by black people. His music's not accepted by black people. So they go through that stage where you're a black artist, but you want love from black people.
My and I'm gonna be honest with you, and again, I'm gonna say this to people that are raising mixed children. Please build your children's self-esteem, okay? Let them know who they are both ways, black and white, but also let them know they in a black society. Nobody is not saying we don't accept Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is different. He like rock and roll. I'm not into rock and roll. You understand what I'm saying? But we still love him because we loved his mother. His mother was cool. You understand what I'm saying? So I just feel so bad for people that are mixed and that are confused and trying to fit in and don't understand. Love yourself. Don't when you love yourself, you're not going to worry about nobody else not loving you or not accepting you or not respecting who you are.
I'm
It's
saying,
just
as an artist, though, you want your people to accept you, Tiffany. As an artist. I'm not a big star, but I go through the same thing, right? Like I talked about this on a podcast I was recently on. I talked about, me being on all the black urban shows. I was on BET Comic View 5 times, the original HBO Def Comedy Jam, all Uptown Comedy Club. I've done every urban stand-up comedy club show on national television that has ever existed. I've been on those shows, right? But I'm more popular with white people than I am with black people, Tiff,
we
right?
all know
So,
why.
but I've been on urban shows. I mean, as far as my resume go, you look at my resume, I've been a hit on every black comedy
You have
show
a
there.
great resume, but they like you because you are comfortable. You are a
What?
comfortable light skin. Okay?
Well,
They
that has
don't
nothing
feel
Let me,
intimidated by
let
you.
me,
They don't
that
feel
has nothing to do with it, Tiff. It has nothing to do with it.
you know what? All right.
it's
Tiff,
a
that has nothing to do with it.
it's a certain style of comedy. It's a
Right.
certain
Right.
cadence you gotta have when you do a black audience. Like Chris Rock started hosting Def Comedy Jam, and then he wasn't. I don't even know if the word is black enough, but they weren't in his style of comedy. They want
Right.
somebody more urban, somebody more that.
It's all about the okay. I get that.
So,
Everybody's different.
there's a very funny black comedian, Alonzo Bowden. You know him, right, Kev?
I know, Lonzo. Yeah, yeah.
He can't do black. He could, but black people would not receive his style of comedy. Because just the way just I don't know. I don't know what it, and I don't know why.
But you know what? It's weird that you say that, Carl, because black people accept Sinbad,
Yeah,
and Sinbad is about as mainstream as you can get,
Sinbad been with
right?
us for a long time.
That's why. But black
He
people
has
accept him because he's
longevity.
been around for a long time, and but he's a mainstream comic. In this day, if Sinbad started today, let's say he started doing comedy in this era here, black people wouldn't accept him. They accept him because he's a
Right.
legend. They accept him because
Okay.
he's a legend. Now he's a legend, and black people are always going to accept legends. But if he started comedy in 2020, they wouldn't buy
Different.
that material right now.
Right.
They don't want to hear Bernie Mac. Oh, matter of fact, they want to hear Cat Williams. They wouldn't want to hear Sinbad. They want to hear Cat Williams over Sinbad. Sinbad wouldn't be a star today if he started doing comedy today.
Right. I believe that.
You know, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, I get so um like I said, Alonzo Bolden and Lenny Kravitz. There's just a certain way you have to have for
A
Well,
sound.
are we not diverse though? I mean, like, do we not like Tina Turner was only accepted because she was in a movie that betrayed her life, where people saw she was a black woman and she had a black husband who did bad things to her, and she became a phenomenon with black people after the movie. Before the movie, if you go to a Tina Turner concert, it was just all white people. In
Oh
the
yeah.
'80s, all white.
Most
I ain't
concerts
talking about
was
when she was.
all white
I
people.
ain't talking about when she was with Ike and Tina Turner.
No, I'm
That's a
talking about
different story.
most
I'm talking about
concerts are white
even.
people. White people go to concerts.
No, that's not true. You have been
I
to
said most white
okay, because
people.
I've been to concert. I've gone to see Erica Badu, and the only person white was the person taking your ticket.
No,
You
listen, I'm saying most. Erica
know,
Badu is totally different, and I saw her perform a couple of times
I'm
too.
just saying. I'm just saying. You go even okay. I've seen Prince in concert 4 times. So I saw Prince the Controversy album at the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. Right.
Hmm.
That was that audience was probably 99% black people.
That's nice. But Prince was loved by
I went to the
us.
Purple Rain tour, and it was probably 50-50. But then I've seen Prince on 4 different occasions, and so Prince's audience has changed. After Purple Rain came out, Prince became a phenomenon with white audiences. So his audiences was mixed. I mean, so yeah, I mean, but still, Prince had a mixed audience. But you go to a Morris Day and the Time concert, and they were in the movie Purple Rain, and they were phenomenal in the movie Purple Rain. But if you go see Morris Day back in the day, Morris Day and the Time, you look around, it was just all black people there. There weren't no white people going to see Morris Day and the Time.
because I mean they bring the funk though. The
Yeah.
time they
Now,
bring
probably now you might see white people in the crowd because Morris Day has moved into the legend status now.
Yeah, but
But
he don't own his name, and he can't ever go nowhere with that name.
shit, he don't need to go nowhere. He's going just fine. Morris Day, he's a legend. People want to see Morris Day and the Time, right? So I'm just saying. So that's just the way that Lenny Kravitz is never going to have an all black audience come out and see his show, you know, because he does rock music. And I mean, we rock. I mean, look, anybody know we started rock. Little Richard and all these people,
And
Fats Domino and all that was all rock music back in the day,
rock
right?
music.
Here's what I don't get. How come like Lenny Kravitz does rock music and the black people like we don't like rock, so we're not messing with Lenny Kravitz. That's that's white people's music. Rap is
It's our music.
right. But rap is black, right? Rap is black music. We created it. It's our music. Eminem comes along, right, and does really rap. The white people don't say we ain't messing with Eminem because he's doing rap. They embrace Eminem.
Eminem makes more money than half these rappers
But I'm
because
saying
he's
that the
white.
white people don't, we as black people is if
Do you know that black rappers are now saying that Eminem is the GOAT?
But I'm not. I don't call him no damn goat. He is a white Billy goat. He need to get his
He is
ass out of here.
that's funny. That's a funny shit right there. You should be on stage.
Tiffany,
That's hilarious.
I
That
don't know
was
why
hilarious.
y'all don't
Tiff,
train
high
me.
five,
Why
Tiff.
y'all don't
Give me
train
a high
me?
five, Tiff. That was funny as shit. That
Tiffany,
really
he's
did.
Billy Goat.
That's funny. Hey, but look, I'm being honest. There was an interview recently with Busta Rhymes, who I got a lot of respect
I'm not
for.
even messing with Busta Rhymes right now. He's on timeout. But go ahead.
You think it's Buster?
No, because Busta gonna sit there and say West Indians and Puerto Ricans started hip
Yeah, I
hop,
saw that. Yeah.
and he's doing too much,
He also said that Eminem is the GOAT.
and he's still doing too much.
I'm just saying.
But my point is, like, the white people did not back away from Eminem. Like we
No, they
backed,
was happy when he started making
but
white
like
people.
we backed away from Lenny Kravitz. Like we don't want nothing to do with him because he's singing rock. That's white.
That's because he's. But see,
But they don't
I don't
back
know if that analogy rides all the way because white people hate Vanilla Ice, right? And
right.
white people, the other girl that was rapping, Iggy, whatever her name was,
Iggy,
it wasn't for
Oh,
her,
Iggy. Oh,
wasn't for her
oh,
butt injections. Nobody would watch her,
yes.
right?
And you know Ti regrets that now. He regret you bought her out. She rode your coattail, black boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of white rappers out there that don't get love the way Eminem's getting love because he's
And you know
actually,
why he get love because of Dr. Dre.
well,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah, getting love because Dr. Dre. That's
the
true.
abuser.
No, but Dr. Dre in the interview said also that he got heat from his people for messing with. They told him, his people told him, don't mess with Eminem. It's going to hurt your career.
No, it made him more money. Remember
Oh yeah,
when they pimping, right? What do the pimps say? Who makes his most money?
I ain't pimped in years. Tell me.
The white girl always makes the most money. They knew what they was doing when they got Eminem. They knew Eminem is going to make more money. It's more white people than black people. You know, them white people's going to buy that up. That is the closest they going to get to white rap. Please. They got that. He knew what he was doing. That was a money maker. He knew what he was doing. Putting him in it. And right now, how many albums did he came out with? He only came out with like what 4 or 5 albums, I think the most. I don't know. I don't know his discography, but I mean, come on. You already know what Michael Jackson did to his ass when he tried to diss Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson bought his masters, and every time they played his music. Michael Jackson was getting paid. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not into Eminem. I'm into just black rappers. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just into black
but
rappers.
is he good? Is Eminem good?
I
He's
don't know. I don't listen to
you know.
listen. You want to hear something I listen to?
Eminem is very good at what
Oh,
he,
please, not
he
when you talking about killing your baby mother and sticking her in the trunk and then saying, Haley, baby, look, we're putting mommy in the
we're not
trunk.
talking about his lyrics. We're talking about his rhyme and his flow. I
No,
mean,
when you start talking about killing
Eminem
baby mothers,
talking about doing something to his baby mother is not no worse than Tupac talking about wetting him up
he
or
didn't
Biggie
say
talk.
wet his baby mother up.
It don't matter. Killing another black man is killing another black
Listen,
man.
the whole thing is
Look,
I'm
hey,
not
I'm not
into
defending him.
that.
I listen to Biggie. I don't think a week go by where I don't put Biggie on my stereo, and Biggie does the same thing. What do you think this? What do you think this the song on Biggie's last album? Kick in the door, Papa, don't hit me no more. What do you think he's talking about? He's hitting a woman.
Rest
Now
in peace,
I listen
Mr.
to the song for
T.
the beat.
But
I listen to the song for the beat because the beat is dope as hell.
see, here
But
you go. See
Biggie's
that
talking about whipping
this
a
is
girl's
why we
ass.
go through this. This is why we go through this. I'm
I
not
kick in the
accepting.
door, Papa, don't hit me no
I don't
more.
care. I'm not
He's
accepting
whipping a
Eminem. I'm
girl's
not accepting
ass.
Eminem.
He's whipping a girl's ass on vinyl, and we're all
Listen, I'm
rapping. We're all
against
listening to
domestic
it.
violence. I am against getting your ass whooped. I'm against
Okay,
all of that. I'm
you ever
against that.
listening? Do you listen to Biggie's music?
I, Juicy.
Okay,
Juicy.
that's a
And
Biggie song. Do you listen to R. Kelly?
no, not really. Just Dance in the Name of Love. It makes me think about my dad.
Okay, well he peed on a girl.
Like little stuff. Listen, I get it,
You
but like
can't
I
have it
said,
both
I'm not
ways,
giving
Tim.
him no white rap trophy. He's not getting it. I'm not into Eminem. That's just my personal opinion. If
So
he's
isn't that the
good,
same way the white people feel about Beyonce coming over the country?
yeah, they don't have to deal with her, but don't disrespect her. Don't get on a platform and call her a goddamn dog, telling her she's marking her territory.
I
Yeah, you
agree.
do it too
First of
much.
all, I agree, Tiffany. First of all, Carl, what you said is a problem.
Yeah.
Beyonce should not be coming over. It's our music. We
Yeah.
invented country music.
Right.
Why are you coming over to something that we own? We invented country. Without black people, there'd be no country music.
Yeah.
Now that's my point.
Cowboys is
We don't embrace the
boys.
music that we invented, and that's our fault. When I was a kid, for some reason in my goddamn house, my mom used to watch Hee Haw. Now I
Well,
want to know
white
why
used to
my
have
mom
the
watched Hee Haw.
most shit.
So I had to watch fat ass which kind of a banjo. What's his name? Roy Nelson or Roy? Will freaking banjo every freaking Wednesday night in my house playing a band. All I saw was three white men playing a banjo in my house. I grew up watching them white men play banjos. All right, so the banjo is an
Came
African
from
instrument.
Africa.
Exactly. The violin, fiddler, who just passed away. My man Louis Gossett Jr. played fiddler in Roots. What's
Yep.
fiddler doing? He's playing a freaking fiddler. It's a violin, basically, right?
Yeah. Because we
And
always been
it's another
entertaining.
African instrument. That was the slaves played. They invented that. But how many black people you see playing freaking violins now?
Mm-hmm.
And if you see somebody taking violin lessons in school, you look at them like they dorky.
Right. And I
You ain't
think
playing the
music
drums or
is
the bass.
amazing.
You
Music
ain't
is
playing the drums or
amazing.
the bass. No, I'm going to get some violin lessons. That's what I'm saying is that we let our shit go, and then we're mad about it. We let our music go. We let our music be hijacked. Little Richard, to the day he died, told you he was the king of rock and roll, and he didn't get those accolades until he passed away. And
He went
now people want to do documentaries on him and all this shit. You should do a documentary when he was alive.
Yep, gave him his flowers when
Gave
he
him his
was
flowers
here.
while he was alive. Y'all wait till he died to give him his flowers.
But you
The
know
man
that's
himself,
what happens.
he's a Muhammad Ali of rock music. He had no problem biting his little Richie never bite his tongue about telling you how great he was and what he did in music. But everybody, yeah, okay, he's just obnoxious, gay black man. But then when he
Hmm.
dies, oh, little Richie was so great.
Let's give him a star. Let's give him some awards, some
Yeah, exactly.
postmortem.
But black people, so we let our music get hijacked. Now Beyonce got to come over to do something that we invented. You know, it's crazy. You think
And
of rock
she's
music.
from Texas.
Exactly. Exactly.
Texas hold up.
I heard that song come on the radio yesterday. I don't like country music. I'm sorry, I can't listen to that bullshit. But yeah, I support her, but I support her, but I can't listen to that because I don't like the groove. That's all. I don't like the groove.
I
I'm
only
not saying
like
it's bad.
two songs.
I'm not
I
saying it's
like
bad
two.
music.
I think three songs. Texas Hold'em is good. Jolie, I love Jolie, and I like the one she did with Miley Cyrus. It was amazing. You heard they vocals. Miley Cyrus can really sing. I like her. Her father made money off of what's his name? What's that brown boy running around here? Nas X.
Oh
He
yeah,
made
yeah.
a lot of money with Nas X off that country song he did because I liked it too. So they very smart people. Y'all align yourself with Beyonce, y'all gonna make money.
Right here. Call me
Beyonce, come
Beyonce.
here.
Yeah, it seems like when black people touch, when white people touch what we are doing, you know, we we don't want them, involved. But when but the white people still embrace the white people, but we I guess we're very particular.
We supposed
You
to
know?
be, don't you think? After everything we done been through.
Yeah. So Lenny Kravitz did and I agree with Kevin saying that rock music is our music, but they hijacked it and they hijacked it for years and they act like it's theirs, and Beyonce decided, hey, I'm gonna do some country, and they're acting like, you can't.
Now their britches is in a bunch.
Yeah, but it's really not your music to begin with, but they hijacked it for so long and we let them have it for so long. Even though not really, because Charlie Pride was like the number one. I mean, Charlie Pride sold millions and millions and millions of records, and
But you know what? And that's weird because yeah, and Charlie Pride comes from a different era, right? Charlie Pride was hot in the '70s and the '60s, right?
yeah,
So when and people liked them, I guess. White people liked them, but there's we probably had as much hate too. What Charlie Pride didn't have was social media.
Yeah, they didn't have
So
social media.
his hate is not known. We have social media now. So now I'm sure Charlie Pride had a lot of hate mail, freaking crosses burnt on his lawn and all sorts of
What?
death
Thrown
threats.
at him, said to him in his face.
I'm sure he dealt with lots of racism, but Tony Price probably dealt with a lot of racism. I'm
Yeah, it's a
guarantee you that.
difference. It's a difference in social media. Social media, you got these keyboard gangsters where when you are on foot and you there and you walking around and you got people saying, "Get out of here, nigger. We don't want you singing our song, nigger." That is horrible. That you have to really like face it and see it. So we definitely salute artists from back in the days that didn't have social media when they had original haters right in front of their goddamn face.
Mhm.
Cause that hurts. I don't know. Look, what's his name? What was the baseball? I think it's baseball player. Maybe sure. Make sure the basketball player that did not want to sign signatures. He didn't want to sign those signatures.
Was it Wilt Chamberlain
Yeah,
or
Bill Russell. Bill Russell.
Russell?
Yeah,
Russell.
you know he didn't want to because he saw how the fans treated him. They called him nigga with one hand, and then the other hand. Can you sign this? He like, oh no, nobody's getting these. Nobody's getting these. No. So I get it. You know, I get it. And like I said, I salute the artists that had to deal with that. Jackie Robinson, all of them that had to deal with outright racism in their face. Not like this social media. You know, this social media is hard, but you can block people. You can remove them. You don't have to see you don't have to see them. You understand? You don't have to deal with them. Or just shut down. Sometimes you just gotta shut down your pager and start over. Start a new day.
You say pager?
Yeah, I call it a mental pager. You know, shut your
Oh,
pager off. Shut
okay.
the beeps
And Tiff
off.
still
You
got a
know.
Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. Tiff still living in the 90s.
I miss the 90s.
I miss the 90s too.
I
R&B was
had
on
fun.
point.
It was free and
R&B
fun.
was good back in the 90s.
Pamela Jones. What's up, Pam? Pamela Jones said white gravitate towards white people who are doing black music. Yeah, white people. When white people start doing black music, they I mean, white people act like it's you know. How about Casey from Casey and the Sunshine Band? Was he doing black music?
Yeah. You know, did I tell you my KC story? Yeah, I did. I did, yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I
yeah.
got fired talking with Casey. Got me fired. He got me fired. No, but yeah.
So
That's, yeah.
Casey was
So,
considered R&B.
yeah, I guess he was considered R&B. Yeah. Before, I don't think back in his days, I don't know if music had is different. I don't know if he was doing R&B and he had the black girls behind him. But so did Tony Orlando. But you don't
Yeah.
consider what he was doing was R&B. His music was straight. Tony Orlando had two sisters behind him, but that music was far from R&B. But what KC and the Sunshine Band was doing was considered R&B. The average white band, the few hits they had, was considered R&B. Hall and Oates was definitely considered all R&B.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess those are.
Tina Marie.
Tina Marie was definitely. Well, she don't count. She was black.
Ooh la la la.
Tina Marie was
It's
never
the
white.
way.
Tina Marie didn't pretend to be any. Tina Marie was cut from a different cloth.
Yes, she
Um,
was.
she
Yes,
doesn't
she
even
was
get into that.
trans black. She's
Yeah,
trans black.
yeah. Because you know why? She never had a white audience. Her audience has
Yeah.
always been black. It's then when you
Mm-hmm.
come over, like Hall and Oates can do an all white show. They go to a Hall and Oates show and it could be a lot of white people there, and they're still going to do their music. Tina Marie, you go to a Tina Marie concert, you look around, you'd be like, oh damn, there's a white person here, because 100% of our audience, 9 out of 10,
But she was
was,
more
was
of the
all
black
was
audience.
all,
Well, listen,
all urban. Yeah,
nobody can tell me she wasn't black. Like you said, black on the inside. Her music was amazing. It was
yes, she
fun.
was.
It caught us. And Rick James knew what he was doing when he got with her.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, oh wait a minute. Oh wait, we're gonna accept this interracial relationship now, Tiff. So
I'm not shutting it down.
it's
Listen,
okay.
I know
It's okay
men.
for Rick James. It's okay for Rick James
No, no,
to
no, no,
hit the
no.
vanilla
First
cookie
of
jar.
all, we cannot tell men where to point their microphones at. Okay?
Okay, because
Y'all
we're
want to
doing that.
start miking, y'all do y'all thing. You know, that's on y'all. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying? I don't have, but I
Matter
think
of
there
fact, we have to get Dr.
works.
Umar. We get Dr. Umar on the show. We got to
Oh,
ask him
yeah,
if
the
he's a Tina.
bunnies and snow
We got to ask him
bunnies.
if he's a Tina Marie fan. We're gonna, because he
Yeah, I
probably tell
would
you,
ask him that. Is he a Tina Marie
yeah,
fan?
he like Tina Marie's music because she definitely was getting it from Rick James.
Yeah, but she was an awesome artist. Her music is amazing. And like I said, she had a great producer. You know, although
Yeah,
Rick James was off the hook, he was a great producer. He made great music during that time.
very talented
Disco, you
brother,
know, and
very
all that
talented dude.
R&B. They was really doing their thing. And she had an amazing voice. I salute. Let me tell you something. If you're a cool white person, as Carl would say, cool white peeps, I give you your props and be like, yo, you cool. You a cool white person. You understand what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm good.
I saw Tina Marie and Rick James in concert. This was after Rick had his stroke, and he wasn't 100%. And Tina Marie carried that concert on her shoulders, and she was amazing.
I
Rick
believe
was a
it.
shell at that point. Rick was a shell of himself, but Tina Marie is a bad girl. She carried that concert, and she rocked that house. Sorry, that place in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. I can't think of the name of the venue, but she was something else, man. And I've seen Rick in his prime at the Capitol Center, which was a big arena back in the day in Maryland, where I grew up at. And Rick James in his prime, woo, he put on an amazing show. That dude on stage was something else,
Yeah, I
electrifying.
heard him and Prince was always in competition.
Yeah, they were beefing with each other a lot. And one of them stole, I think Prince stole, Rick had the Mary Jane girls, and then Prince came over with Apollonia's six, what's it, Vanity Six, right? That was the first one
Hmm.
to compete with Rick James' girl group. Yeah, so they were always at each other's.
Yeah, they got this little comedy skits that talk about the tour buses and the tours with them too, and it's so funny just to hear their little stories. They said Rick James got he could not he said that little guy would get on his nerves so bad.
Yeah, they both were extremely talented. But Rick, at one point, when Prince got so popular, Rick started dressing like Prince. If you see some of Prince's Rick's later videos, he's wearing the ruffled shirt
You talking about
and
glitter
and
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 heels and
the trench
blouses.
coat. And I was like, "Oh, Rick, you're doing Prince now." Prince won the battle. We know that Prince won that battle. Rick's a bad boy, but Prince took it to another level, and Prince definitely won that battle between the two.
You guys
But
remember?
you can't take nothing from Rick James though.
You
But
guys
Prince
remember
won that battle.
Stanfield? You guys remember Lisa Stanfield?
Oh yeah, Lisa
Been
Stansfield.
around the world and now
You
yeah,
ever seen
yeah,
her rocking the
and I
Apollo?
can't find my
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, oh yeah. White black people love her. Her
Yeah,
What?
music was, her voice is so amazing.
And she had that little curl right there
Yeah,
stuck
that
in
little
her
curl.
damn head.
yeah. Here you go.
I,
Baby. I'm sorry. I like that white girl. What?
yeah,
I like her.
yeah,
Her and
me too.
what's the one that she died to? Oh my God! Please don't make me forget her name.
Oh, she just passed away, right? What's her
No,
name?
she didn't just pass away. She passed away some years ago, and she
Yeah,
had
she from alcoholic poisoning. She was into
yes.
yeah.
Oh, you talking about which come? Yeah, she was bad too. What's her name? I can't think of her name.
Somebody
Right
put it in the chat. What's her name?
now. Oh God.
I
She
gotta
just
She
see.
wanted to go to rehab, but I say no, no, no. What was her name?
Yeah.
God.
Find
I
her,
can,
Kev.
I'm about to. I'm about to. My bad. I should already know this. I should already know this if I had to Google it. My
Put
brain is going.
rehab. You try to make me go to
Rehab.
rehab, but I said no, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
What's
my
her
God.
name? Oh, I got it. Hold on.
What's her name?
Oh, hold on. Amy Winehouse. How we not know that?
Amy Winehouse. Oh God,
Yeah.
God bless her soul. But
Yeah.
that's another one. That music, you can see that the only thing they did was listen to R&B music all their life.
All right, let
And
me ask
they
you a question. What do you think about Taylor Dayne?
Taylor Dane,
I
Taylor
love
Dane.
Taylor Dayne.
To my heart.
Yeah, but her other song, Love Will, what's the song she had? Love Will Lead You Back.
Yeah.
That song very soulful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Love
you know
Will
they had
Lead
some
You
black
Back.
producers helping them.
What's
Yeah.
up, Information
So,
Man? What's up, brother? Shout out Information Man's in the chat. What's up, brother?
Taylor Dayne was
Hey.
bad, man. I had a crush on her too. My bad. I had a crush on her. She was an attractive woman.
Yeah.
And my Taylor
And
Dayne crush back in the
thanks
day.
for that little white music.
That was white
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
Love Will. And
Hey,
I had my crush on her. Hey, Gloria Estefan was bad. I had a crush on
Yeah,
her too.
Gloria Estefan was good too. But
I had
isn't
a
she
crush on her.
Spanish?
Yeah, she's Spanish. I had a crush on her
Oh, I was
though.
about to say, was she? Oh, okay.
Hey, I don't care. I eat tacos.
I love tacos and burritos, and they said they don't even make burritos in their country. That's an American food they made up.
we gotta wrap it up. We've been kicking it for an hour and a half. I want to thank everyone so much. Thank you, the Information Man, for checking in.
What's up, Information Man?
Yeah, please, 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 guys, if you watch our show, you're gonna love Information Man show because he sends people over to our show. So, the people we have watching our show, please go watch the Information Man show. He's we bring the heat. His
He brings
we
the
talk about,
information.
yes, we talk about the topics that you would not see on CNN or MSNBC or Fox News, and that's why these platforms are so important. Before we go, Tiffany, anything you learned today? Anything you want to share before we go?
I want to give a shout out to our white allies. You know, my sister told me about this subject. She was like, "Tell Carl, we need to talk more about him." And we salute white people that do stand for us and for our freedom, for our reparations, because we deserve them. We salute you, but we also are saying to our white people, please spread the news. Talk to your other white brothers and sisters. Do more education about us. Don't be stuck over there on your land or in your place not caring what's going on around you in your state, your country, wherever you at. You need to know. Do what Carl do. He goes to a support group. What's a support group for racism? Find a group somewhere. We might have to start one, Carl. But
That support group of
definitely,
racism.
yeah, please, 1-800 stop racism. But yeah.
I need a porn group.
You know what? You're not going to interrupt my what's. So yeah, we want to definitely say, thank you to all that listen to us. And if you have a comment, please leave us a comment. Let us know how you feel. What do you think? Definitely give a shout out to my family, to my mom. I love you. And everybody keep their head up. And I hope that we can have this conversation more and talk more about what affects us today as people of color.
All right, Tiffany, I want to play this video because of something you just said. This lady nails it in this video, and it lines up with what you just said.
Often white people will meet a black person who completely challenges every racial stereotype that they've ever had. Rather than giving up the stereotype, they create a special category for that person and say, well, you're not like other black people, or instead of saying, my ideas of black people were too narrow or too, and I think that's the tragedy of any kind of prejudicial thinking, that when we confront the circumstance that tells us it's not so, we frequently don't enlarge our sense of things. We actually come up with new ways to protect and defend that way of thinking.
Click the link in the bio to get the book.
Yeah,
Yes.
what you just said, right? White people meet a black person and we don't fit the narrative, the idea to have, and instead of saying, oh my God, I was so wrong about black people, they put you in a box and say, okay, you're a special black person. You're not like the
Right.
black people.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was very important.
Yes, thank you.
Scooby D2 has been commenting like crazy all night.
You better read them comments out, Carl. They like that. People like when you say their comments, because if you don't mention my name and I say something to you, I'll be mad. So mention their name.
Yeah, so Scooby D too. I guess he took a break from us.
Thank you.
He said a lot tonight. Um, he said, wasn't there a white guy in NWA, or is that a dirty secret? Was there a white guy originally in NWA?
No,
No.
I think he was the color of Kevin.
It was a light skinned brother.
Yeah.
MC Ren. MC Ren.
Yeah, MC
MC
Ren.
MC Ren, Easy E, Dre, and Ice Cube are the original only members of NWA. So,
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
no Scooby D too. There was not a white guy in NWA. It was a light skinned brother. It was probably
Yeah. Elder Barge looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a Kevin Lee looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly looking motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. Pamela Jones said,
Handsome and light skin. Handsome and light skin.
Yes.
Yeah. Me and Christopher Williams and I'll be sure keeping light skinned people alive.
You better go tell your light skinned cousin Drake to relax.
Sam said Tony Orlando did pop and tie a yellow ribbon around the old.
No, that didn't pop. Well, in my household it popped. I don't know. That song was horrible. Tony Orlando's a Las Vegas act though. That wasn't R&B music. Yeah.
No.
So that wasn't R&B music.
Did your mom play Tony Orlando around the house?
Oh, my mom? No. But we watched a TV show. We had a TV show, Tony Orlando, but we used to watch the show. Back in those days, there's only like 4 channels. We didn't have cable back in those days in the 70s. So you watch what was on, Hee Haw or Tony Orlando or the Flip Wilson show. That was it.
He's not lying. We had like no more than 4 to 5 channels.
But then the TV used to go off at midnight when that little line come across the thing, yeah, and then come back on until 5 a.m. in the morning. And at 5 a.m. in the morning, when it came on, it was usually some news program or something.
Yeah,
TV wasn't
I
that great
miss
back
those days.
catch an episode of Eddie Griffin or something like that if you're lucky. I Love Lucy.
Kevin, anything you learned today or you want to share with our audience before we take off?
Yeah, Dolly Parton made millions of dollars on Whitney Houston remade her song, I Will Always Love You, which she did in the movie The Bodyguard. And that was originally a song wrote and produced by Dolly Parton.
Mm-hmm.
So Dolly Parton made millions on royalties from that. And she took that money and donated it to black neighborhoods in the South, where she's from. So she said all the money she made, all the royalties she made from that, which is a few $1 million.
That's so white of
She
nice and white of
donated
her.
that money to black neighborhoods, black schools, black neighborhoods, whatever the case may be. And we have people like Tony Bennett, the great songster Tony Bennett, who donated a lot of financial money, a lot of his money, not a lot of his money because he had millions, but he donated lots of money to the civil rights movement, to Dr. King. He marched with Dr. King alongside him.
That's
And he
nice.
and he put his money where his mouth was back in the 60s. Here's an Italian man who had an all white audience, basically, who, stood up for what he believed in. And he walked with Dr. King arm in arm and so forth and donated money to the civil rights movement. So it's been a lot of people throughout history that has entertainers wise that have done lots of things. A lot of people don't talk about it, I guess, until after they pass and things come out.
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn Monroe did the same thing for some black artists back in the day. Also, forgot who it was. Was it Ella Fitzgerald? No, it wasn't Ella Fitzgerald. I forgot who it was. It was a black singer who became famous. Was it
I think
Della?
was it
I think
Ella?
it was Della Reese. One of
You
them
think it
black
was Della
singers.
Reese or Ella? It could
Yeah,
have been
Della
one
Reese,
of
I believe.
those.
You heard the story though, right? Yeah,
Yeah, I heard the story.
Marilyn Monroe said, "Hey, they wouldn't let her perform in a club because she was white. I mean, black. I mean." And Marilyn Monroe said, "Hey, you got to hear this girl sing." and they put her in the club, and then she became a star and all that sort of stuff. So there have been black people stepping up for white people throughout history of all different walks of life, and these stories don't get out as much as they should. But, when you got Tony Bennett and people like that who, marched with Dr. King and put money up to help the civil rights movement, like I said, an Italian man at that. And we hear a lot of things about Italian men. Italian people don't like blacks. But here's one of the most popular Italian men in the world at that point, walking with Dr. King. So God bless him. He passed away, right? So God bless Tony Bennett and Dolly Parton put in the work, and we appreciate it.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching our show. We are here every Sunday, 7 p.m. till, I used to say till 8 p.m., but until we're done. That's when we're here. Please tell the people you love that you love them. I always say, because we're not here forever. And look them in the eye when you say it.
And give them a hug.
And give them a hug, all that stuff. And Patricia, remember when you and Kevin have date night? He loves
TKO.
TKO. Remember to put on Love TKO by Mr.
If he get on your nerves, girl. If he do.
The fire.
I'm gonna put on What Love Got to Do with It. Do my Ike Turner impersonation. my Chris Brown.
Shut up! You're so stupid.
Seriously though, we want to thank everyone and for watching our show. We truly appreciate it. And like Tiffany said in the beginning, this is all for educational purposes, entertainment only. We are not actual therapists. We don't own the rights to anything. Anything we play on this show, we don't have the rights to play it. It's just entertainment purposes and educational purposes. And
who are we telling this to, by the way? The powers that be?
Yes,
Big brother, big brother in the sky?
Yes.
Okay, we're being watched, obviously. Yeah, okay.
Always.
Always
We're
being watched.
part of the algorithm. They are listening to code words and code stuff.
Gotcha. All right.
Pamela, I just read, Pamela said, Peebo Bryson is in town. In an interview, he said that he loves the reaction from white people when he is more than what they expected him to be. What would white people expect him to be?
Whenever you in my heart. I don't know. Peebo Bryson is a soul singer, though, right? I mean, he's a R&B, straight up R&B singer. Always has been. I mean, well, you know what? He crossed over when he did the song with Regina Bell on the for the movie. What was the movie? Disney movie, Aladdin.
Is that a whole new world?
A Whole New World. Yeah, yeah. That was a beautiful song for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. White people seem to hold on to stereotypes a lot tighter than we do, though. Like, they rarely hold on to stereotypes.
Because we are the stereotypes. They like the stereotypes.
But I mean, we don't, though. Like, we don't hold.
We don't, because we're not those. We're not those stereotypes that they classify us as. They feel like black people that we only use food stamps. Yes, we do. When we need them.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
So I'm gonna take us out to Tiffany's favorite song. I know she's gonna love it. I know Kevin's gonna love it also.
Oh my God, you play Love TKO.
You know what, Carl? Don't get slapped from.
Hey, shout out to the great Teddy Pendergrass. Anyway, if that's what it is, we love Teddy, no doubt.
I'm coming home. I've done my time.
Kidding. Kidding.
What is that?
What the hell?
What is that?
That's tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
Oh my God, Carl, don't
It
do
was
it.
a honky tonk song.
That is a honky tonk song. Oh my God. I didn't realize how bad that song was to just say. I ain't heard that song since I was like 9 years old, man. God.
You know what's funny? When I do this show, what's funny to me that all those songs were #1 in Barbados.
Paul was over there with his cowboy cowboy hat, doing the
Listen,
do your part.
But they probably were #1s here too. I mean, Tony Orlando was a big deal when I was a kid. He had his own TV show.
we didn't have no R&B chart or no country chart. The whole chart was mixed. The whole chart was sometimes a country song would be #1, an R&B song, or a calypso. It's just we didn't have. I mean, I wasn't privy to having all these different charts like you guys have.
Genres of music and
Yeah, yeah.
charts.
Well, man, you had no Al Green in your country, man. No,
We had
no Johnny Taylor. No.
we had all that, but it was one chart. I'm saying there was no
Oh, okay, got you, man. Okay,
it wasn't separated.
got you.
So
Yeah,
Tony,
interesting.
remember the Coward of the County by what's that country artist? He died.
I couldn't tell you shit.
Country artist. Chip wouldn't know who that is.
No.
You mentioned country. Chip would know.
Yeah, Coward of the County.
Yo,
Donna,
Carl, you lost me on this one, Carl. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Donna help me with who sang Coward of the County. It was a white dude, kind of chubby, with oh my God, I can't look at. Let me see. I got. This is gonna drive
you
me.
is not going. Here we go. See, I know it was a white.
But it was #1. I'm just saying that song was #1 for like months at a time, and it was a country.
It was a white guy, a country artist.
Yeah, he sang. He did duets with Dolly Parton.
Kenny Rogers.
Yes, Kenny Rogers.
Oh, I love Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
I love Kenny Rogers. I listen to Kenny Rogers every week. I ain't gonna lie to you. I listen to Kenny. Man, you decorated my life by Kenny Rogers. I love
Kenny Rogers, or you listen to the new face Kenny Rogers, or the old school Kenny Rogers? Because Kenny Rogers is he still alive?
No, he died. He died during the pandemic. Actually, I listen to the old school Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers is a bad dude. Kenny Rogers was
he had a song called.
He started changing his face.
Well, he got old. He got a little facelift going on. Him and Lionel Richie. But a lot of Richie wrote.
They do like cousins.
That song that "Lady," which was I guess one of his #1 hits, was written by Lionel Richie. Yeah. So yeah. Nah, man. Kenny Rogers was bad, man.
Kenny Rogers was the bomb back then.
I'm saying he had a country song, "Coward of the County." It was huge. It was big. I mean, it was #1. Like,
was that from the movie he was in? Because he played the movie The Gambler. Was that part of the Gambler soundtrack?
No, that was before The Gambler. That was
okay. Kenny Rogers is amazing. I ain't got no shame in my game.
Yeah.
I listen to Kenny Rogers on a regular basis, man.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I grew up differently, so.
Yeah, my playlist is pretty diverse. I listen to a little bit of everybody, man. But
he's a main country artist. He's known. Kenny Rogers, he's a part of, being known. So,
and if he was still alive, he would be on Beyonce's album.
Yes, he would.
Okay, so Pam Jones said, Pam said that she People Bryson was talking about his intelligence, probably his level of intelligence.
Yeah, because most people think that Black people are not intelligent, but we are very intelligent.
Yeah. So Donnie listens to Coward of the County. So you guys, Coward.
How can they think we're not intelligent? How can they even think that? Like we're not intelligent?
Why do you think they enslaved us? They felt like we was not civilized and that we needed to be tended to.
Well, they can't actually believe that, or well, maybe they brought us to a different. They brought us to a different world. I know. I'm just saying, like, obviously we were very smart. Or we wouldn't be able to do the stuff that they told us to do.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, stuff. Yeah, that's a whole nother show. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Tiff. I'm saying we're amazingly smart.
We have lots of work to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm getting cold. Let's go. I want to eat.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. Thanks to Donna. Thank you, Information Man. Please check out the Information Man show. Scooby D2. Thank you so much. Thank you to the people on Twitter. Thank you to the people on Twitch. Thank you to the people watching on Facebook.
Thank you. Like and subscribe.
Please like, subscribe, share, and Pamela Jones, you're in Oregon. I think that's the state with no Black restaurants, right, Kevin?
Seattle, right? She's in Seattle. Yeah, she's Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kevin and
Yeah,
I
I can't be there.
you,
I'm coming to Seattle. I'm telling you, I'm coming to Seattle. I'm going to Seattle. I'm going to Seattle.
All right, everyone. Kevin, I love you. Tiffany, I love you.
Love you, love you, love you.
And I will see everyone next week.
We'll be here next Sunday.
All right.
We're here.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Let's go.